If you ever feel like your marketing could use a boost and you aren't doing everything you could be, it's probably right. Klaviyo is packed with features that you can use. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 7 game-changing features that you should be using for your Shopify store. I'm going to hop into the iPad here in a second and show you how to do it. So let's go in there. So Klaviyo is a tool that allows you to send a message at the right time to the right person. Now, the opposite of this is sending an email to everybody once that is not the right person. This person may be an upset customer, this person may be a mad customer, this person may be a happy customer, and this person here may actually be a sick customer. If we were to look at doing things right and really maximizing what we could do with Klaviyo, we're going to get into step 1, which is advanced segmentation. There's going to be 7 things that I go into in this video. I would say most of them you may be aware of, but there's a couple in here that you probably haven't heard of yet. So this one is the concept of advanced segmentation. Advanced segmentation is just saying, okay, how do we make sure that we just show it to the right people, which is this guy here, and make sure that we don't show it to the wrong people, which are these people here. Advanced segmentation works like this. You have a trigger, and you also have properties within your Shopify store, and those get connected to Klaviyo via integrations. And with that integration, you're able to say only people who have these attributes should get the message, and then you can say these people don't get them. Those are called segments. And segments you can create, think of them like filters. So think of these like filters, and these are where you can say, I want to focus on people who just bought one time ever. And that way you can segment them just to those people. And you can send messages to those people with certain messaging in your email. So that is really what makes Klaviyo the most powerful, I think. And then we can go into the next piece that kind of feeds off of that. So you have automated flows. Now, automated flows is going to be important because you're going to use these segments, and these segments are going to be based off of a trigger that then fires and goes into an email that's automated here. Now, when that email gets sent, you can say, I want to send that now, or as soon as the trigger happens, or I want to wait 24 hours. You can really do anything that you want when it comes to figuring out how to send emails. Then you'll send the next email whenever you think makes sense for that one, and so on. And you can see how powerful this gets when you have this all for, say, a 1x customer flow, because you had segmentation, and this is focused on getting people to buy their second time. You can have special offers in here. You can have, say you want to put an offer in here, say you want to make this one just about relationships and building trust, and say this one you want to ask a question and get feedback from them. Now you can build this into your store and be able to basically automate the process of building relationships with your customers, and not just these surface level relationships. So you can build real relationships with your customers and engage them at specific points. Now, all the way through this, you can do what is our next point, which is A/B testing. You can do A/B testing in campaigns and or flows. So this one you can say, I want to have an A version, and let me go yellow here. So I want to have an A version, and I want to have a B version. And I want to understand, for this email here, did the B version of either the email or subject line, which you can test both, which one worked best? Was it focusing on short and sweet or long form? So it's up to you to really decide what angles do you want to test and where do you want to test them, and then you test those out. Now you can do that all the way down flows. You can do that all the way through campaigns. And you can even test send times to say, what are the best send times for me? And running these A/B tests are going to allow you to increase by doubling or even tripling the results that you're getting from the same amount of effort. And that way you know what to do moving forward. Which next is using analytics, predictive analytics, to forecast customers and what they're going to do and strategically communicate accordingly. So for this one, I'm going to go into here. We're going to open up a new tab. So predictive analytics is interesting inside of Klaviyo. How I've used it commonly is for male versus female. We can do male versus female, and it will pull from the names. It may get a little confused with names like Jordan, but it will basically say, here's how many people are likely male, likely female. So you can do things like understand gender. You can understand likely to buy. So you can do likely to buy. You can look at, for subscription brands, you could put likely to churn and then send an email when they're likely to churn or before that. And so it looks at all your data, and it's kind of like having a business analyst within your business. So predictive analytics is great within segmentation. So you can build a segment of males and females and put those into a segment. And these can each be their own segment. So you can have them segmented like this. And then you can layer on likely to buy. And this is a segment of people who are likely to buy, of women who are likely to buy. And you can do this by product. You can really get creative with it, to be honest. It's really nice. Then we go into having let's do another layer here. So we go into the next one, which is integration with e-commerce platforms. This one is pretty straightforward. It is essentially the fact that it integrates with Shopify, also WooCommerce, but I'm not really a big fan of WooCommerce just because I like to focus on using Shopify because of all the other things you can do with your store with Shopify and how easy it makes everything else. So it really seamlessly integrates. It gives you all the data you need. So on a single profile, you'll have a profile card and you'll be able to see name, email, when they first ordered, all that stuff. But then you can see all these touch points of every piece of activity they've ever had on your store across Shopify and all of its apps. So any app that's in Shopify that you have data in Shopify for, so like your reviews app, your apps like for recharge or subscriptions, your apps for all of your orders and everything, all of those pieces of data get put in here, as well as Klaviyo. So it may say viewed product, and then it will have all the details of which product they viewed and when, how much the product was, and it may have the next item here of added to cart, and it just goes down. And so you have this long running history of each customer. And what's cool about this is each one of these can be used to leverage into a segment, into predictive analytics, and into your data to be able to make smarter decisions. So that integration is so simple, but it's so powerful because it allows you to be able to talk to the right person at the right time. And lastly, we got to tie it all together with reporting. So all this here can be rolled up into a report. If I say I want to see who has added to cart, maybe that's this metric, and also who has added to cart for this specific product that is over $50. And this may be one of those. So you can then say, okay, I want to build a segment of those people. And let me do a better illustration here. So a segment of those people would look like this. Let's say we have a product, and that product is hats. Now, let's say we have 100 hats purchasers. And let's say we have a total of 500 women on our emailing list. Now, if I said I want to know how many of those women have purchased hats, you can layer on women hat purchasers, and review that data. And it may say 375 bought. And I may say, okay, I want to pull a report that says in the last 90 days. Oh, if you look at that, it may end up being 123. And then you can say, okay, in the last 90 days, that many women bought hats and are on our Klaviyo list. And Klaviyo automatically pulls in from Shopify. So it's really nice. It's super helpful. It's going to change the way that you market. Absolutely, it will. If you use some of these features, if you just start Klaviyo and you just let it go, you have to build this stuff out inside of your account. So the goal of this video was to teach you and show you and expose you to the things that you can do inside of Klaviyo so that you can master those for your store and take your store to the next level. Now, if you want to take things to the next level even further, I've created a free course that is in the link down below for you to be able to learn how to double your revenue in 90 days. We actually go through 9 key email flows that I think every brand should have and that the most successful brands do have, all the way from new customers with their browse abandonment, all the way to a win back flow and an offer ladder, and how to build those out inside of Klaviyo and what the purpose is of them and cheat sheets and everything for that stuff. You can go ahead and check that out down below. It's completely free. And the only thing I ever ask is that, because if you're new here, you probably don't know about the Pinky Promise yet. The Pinky Promise is that you share if this video positively impacted you in the comments below, because I'm trying to positively impact 2,025 people by the year 2025 that are D2C marketers through this channel. And so if this video did that for you, let me know how in the comments below. Look forward to hearing about it. And until the next video, remember, there is no tomorrow. Peace.